get going, then I'm going to go like these.
Yeah.
Said, hey, why don't we come by the OLP booth? And I said, let's do it because we've got a couple mini trucks here that we want to talk about. One was recently featured in Street Trucks. Hey, Chris, remind them where they got to go to subscribe to Street Trucks Mag.
StreetTrucksMag.com, EngageMediaMag.com. Either one you can get there. Engage.media, that'll take you there. But the one thing to check out is on Facebook. Every week we put up a new promotion for subscriptions. Last week I believe it was $18 for a full year. That's a little more than $1 per issue shipped to your door. You can't beat that, so check for those deals that are on Facebook. But yeah, EngageMedia.com.
Yeah, and when you get those little cards that say your subscription is about to renew, send them back, renew it, re-up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. We've been kind of busy here. We've done a lot of merchandise. We've really loved the mini truck scene. That's what really has gotten us to where we're at. But we got love for the full sizes, of course. And one of the trucks I want to show you is Ben Smith's. We're going to walk over here. It's his Mitsubishi. Now, we saw a little bit of this at Mini Nats, but because we're out here, he came all the way from the East Coast to be here. And one thing I think is key is we got Ben right here. Ben, real quick, I want you to share. I'm going to give you the mic. I want you to share how this truck got here because I think it's a cool story on how I'm not even going to call her an old lady, right? Young lady, how she helped to make this happen. I want you to tell the story real quick.
My better half. All right, so actually, my truck got trouble here. My fiance, soon to be wife, she helped get it here by hauling it in with my truck and trailer. And her and her brother left like on Wednesday morning to get it here. I think they got here Thursday, about midday. And start walking around, you'll notice there where all the details.
So we're going to come over here to the Toyota. Hey, and we're going to look. We wanted to have someone from Texas in our booth. Texas is a great state. There's a lot of rich history of mini trucking from Texas. And Jason, his truck is in our booth. Recently, we lost Mitch Henderson. And Mitch Henderson, many of you know in the truck world, and we're real honored to have a Texas truck in our booth. When you look at the graphics, it really epitomizes the 90s into the 2000s with the style. And of course the graphics, as you saw a minute ago, inside the bed, also down the sides. It's a full custom graphic job. You got the billet wheels, really a nod to the 90s with those famous HRBB wheels. We've seen a good bit of those out here at our Throwdown 2021. Now, he doesn't have the windows down, but if you go on the passenger side, you're going to see there's a photo of Mitch Henderson. And when before Mitch passed away, he was trying to help him kind of do that color matching they call it. And again, Mitch had a cover truck change. We're actually doing a raffle now. It's going to happen later today. Rest in peace to the legend. And you know, although we lost him this month, we know he's here in spirit. He's a good dude, and he loved trucks more than anything. Now, we want to thank everyone for coming by. We've done a lot of stuff. Our biggest thing that we want to do is really kind of further the scene, keep it alive, keep those stories going. We do that through our lifestyle podcast. But Street Trucks is an amazing force in the scene. And if you think about it, it's important that we subscribe, not only to social media, but to those magazines. And Chris mentioned earlier the OBS Motors Guide, the F100 Motors Guide. Those things are like an extension to, of course, the C10 Motors Guide. That's an extension to what their magazine is, and it just reinforces that the scene is alive. So thanks to them for continuing to do that. There's a lot of contributors that put time into the features, the write-ups, all across the nation, and big shout out to all of them. You couldn't happen without them. So with that being said, we're going to go for a little bit of a walk this way through the crowd. Hey, so we're continuing our coverage out here, kind of working out some of the little bit of the kinks, so we appreciate everyone kind of sticking with us. What we're looking at now is, I know Alamo Customs, many of you follow them through social media. One of the awesome things is this OBS truck. You know, the OBS kind of on the rise, as we always say. This truck is truly amazing, and as we kind of cut away, you look at the engine, all the color matched pieces, got the wheel tubs in there, real clean engine bay. I think we're going to continue to see these amazing trucks, the OBS trucks, the whole movement that kind of is this, the clash, if you will, as we've heard that term recently. You know, between the sport trucks and kind of the mini trucks of the 90s and the 2000s with the bigger wheels, but these trucks are really, really coming back in full force. Don't think that they ever necessarily went anywhere, but when you look at the interior, what was cool is he kept the original dash in there, but it's all color matched. The interior just looks amazing. When we posted this on our social media with OLP, could not believe all of the love and comments that it received. When you look at the rear offset of the wheel, dude, man, I don't know how much the rear end is narrowed, but that thing looks really awesome. If you look inside the bed, you see all the detail work. You've got the actuators that lift up that bed hatch, if you will, and it just looks awesome. Now on the back of the bedside, you'll see 454 SS, so kind of a nod to those trucks of that era. And man, it's awesome. I know Alamo Customs has done a lot of cool stuff, and got a lot of love for those guys. They put in a ton of work on this thing, and it looks awesome. Now, what we'd like to do is we're going to walk this way. And you got this truck, Charlie Brown, Street Trucks Magazine, was voted 2020 Truck of the Year. And if you look at this thing, amazing, everything from the wheels, of course, billet, amazing interior. And there's no doubt that it was obviously the Truck of the Year. I think the craftsmanship in it is just second to none. And it really looked good in the cover that it had for Street Trucks. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, nobody knows. Now, recently, No Compromise. It was on the latest cover, April 2021. This truck hails from Florida. Of course, Mike's amazing truck. It took a long time for this thing to kind of be completed, but rightfully so. The reason being is the amount of work and the detail that went into it. You can see on the mirrors that we're showing now, everything is chrome, polished, and or painted. And there's a lot of time and effort. One cool thing is we've mentioned Jimmy's Rod and Customs, and rightfully so. He actually had a huge part in this truck, as did Twin States. There's some really good guys. And then the interior was done by a different shop, of course. But everything from the billet hood hinges to the engine bay to the cat-eye conversion, the amount of detail that goes into it. I know that he spends a lot of time detailing it as well. He's a fellow or a Negative Camber member. The club's been around a long time. And, of course, I've seen this dually myself in a lot of different phases, believe it or not. I remember back when I think it was black and he was driving around when it was bagged. It had first phase. It was kind of the silver color, I think blue as well with the graphic. And then from there it took on this new persona. Yep, and this is on the it is on the next cover. And the other thing, too, that it was also – Chris, I want to just mention this too. It was also a feature, a chassis feature.
Yeah, chassis feature. We had the full chassis in Street Trucks, all no body, but completely polished and painted, just the chassis. And man, that photo is in the new feature too. It's killer.
Yeah. So I got one question for you. Do you think Mike compromised at all?
He does not. No compromise at all. Did you see the seats? If you go real deep into the seats, the pattern on the inside is the club logo. Now that is something most people don't notice. The pattern inside of it is a bunch of Negative Camber logos. We have all that custom made, all leather custom made.
Yeah, and if you come around to the back, you're going to see the 4 Viair compressors. Again, Viair is the heart of any air suspension. You got a lot of billet work that ties into the actual club that he's in. Negative Camber, obviously been around a long time. 92. You got the tag, COMP, RMZ for compromise, and then you see all the detail work. when you could show all of that, it really kind of shows the time and effort that was put into it. And you'll be able to see more of this truck via Street Trucks Magazine. It's going to hit newsstands very, very soon. And they're shipping out those issues now to subscribers. The last thing we'll show over here is he's got the display stand. Typically, you'll see this at shows with actually crowd control around it. And the reason for it is obviously you can see here at Street Trucks, or excuse me, at Lone Star Throwdown, there is a lot of people around it, right? Checking out the detail. They're kind of amazed at how much has went into it. And this thing, obviously, he was detailing it even this morning at the show with some of him and his homies and his friends. So big ups. Now, as we kind of continue, you're obviously going to see, a lot of amazing vehicles here. You see another C10. C10s are huge right now. And the cool thing is you'll see every different variation from patina to full show. Of course, LS swaps.
It's got the American Force wheels on a lowered C10.
Yeah, American Force wheels on a lowered C10. American Force has been around a long time, and I really like a little bit different of a look with the front offset of the wheel. It looks awesome. Interior's really clean. Definitely enjoy the color on this thing. Interior, like I said, is awesome. And, you know, it's hard to stand apart when you go to a show like this, but when you see such high-quality builds, I mean, it really kind of inspires you to want to go, hey, let me kind of take it to the next level, and that's what a lot of folks have done, right, Chris?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, especially matching the valve covers to the engine body, body of the truck. I can't tell if that's got a blower on it or not. It looks like it's got some kind of, oh yeah, it's got Holly on there. That's nice.
Yeah, and remind everyone with the latches that you talked about earlier, kind of when we did our intro, that's one cool thing. A lot of guys out here, they have, you know, the C10s, you know, we know some of them are a pain to kind of close those doors. Why don't you mention to everyone about the latches that they need to go out and check out for their C10?
Yeah, so Trick Manufacturing, they make the Altman latch, and they specifically make it for these C10s. If your door is closing, doesn't shut right, doesn't latch correctly, or it's loud or hard to close, you need to contact these guys. They've made them for these trucks. They're easy to install, no welding, none of that kind of stuff. But once you install them, you close the door and it's like a new modern truck.
Wow, amazing, man. Okay, we're gonna walk around here a little bit. And Chris, yeah, let's take a look at the C10. Chris, can you take this one for a second? I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem, because this is one that we featured recently as well. Beautiful, beautiful truck, beautiful copper wheels, all shaved out, very, very smooth. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. And I love these race ramps that it's debuted on. But these custom intro wheels match the frame rails, match the headlight bezels, even matches the interior engine valve cover. Super clean, super well built truck. We've got more info on this on our website, and that's in print if you go look for it. Another thing that's really unique with Texas, these events in Texas, Lone Star, is you come out here and buy one of these trucks. Yep, like this one, for sale, fully custom. That front end is fully custom. Massive wheels, custom frame, custom interior, and you can buy it. You come out here, pay them, drive it home.
I'll go this way. Looking for him?
This place is packed. about it. If you're into trucks, if you love trucks, Lone Star Throwdown, this is the place to come. This is our 10-year anniversary. This is only 10 years and it's this big. Just imagine what it's going to be like over the next 5.
Yeah.
You want to go this way? I was like, man, I can't find them. All right, so we're going to continue to walk and check out the sights and sounds of Lone Star Throwdown. So if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can tap on hashtag LST2021 and you can follow that hashtag on Instagram. And
Beltec sport trucks, amazing sport truck suspensions, but not only that, now they've also introduced a line of lifted truck suspensions for Silverados and Jeeps. Extremely well engineered. You guys got to check those out. We already mentioned Altman latch, or strictly manufacturing with the Altman latch. If you have a C10, that's your guys. Airlift Performance, newly teamed up with Flow Air Ride. It's an amazing setup. They're a great couple. Mike Alexander and all the other guys at Airlift, Matt and Gretchen and everybody are doing a great job. We're super excited about it. And of course, finally, last but not least, without a doubt, Brothers Truck Parts, 72 to 87 Chevy truck parts, sheet metal, interior, exterior, anything you guys need. If you've got a C10, you guys got to check out Brothers Truck Parts.
so we're looking at Billy Bob's truck here. We hope that we'll see more of this in the future. Billy Bob came down from Idaho, and he really did a number on this one. He's built some really cool things in the past, and to me, when I look at the detail on this thing, it's awesome. It's a 63, and I'm going to try to get Billy to come over here, and as you kind of walk around it, take a look at the wheels. Billy. We're trying to get Billy Bob over here. He's obviously he's from here. He's here from the 30th or the 30th anniversary of Relaxed Atmospheres, RA 30th at LST. So talk to us a little bit about the truck.
The truck is a 1963 Datsun NL390. It's one of approximately 1,000 ever produced worldwide. I've had about 8 years acquiring parts for this build, and I don't know what else you want me to say.
Yeah, talk to us about the rear end of the truck there, kind of some of the mods.
There is really no other mods done to it. The body's pretty much all stock the way it would have come from the factory. The rear end's 4-link and air ride and a custom back half frame. The front's a custom front cross member, all custom built A-arms. I used Nissan hard body spindles and brakes and suspension in the front.
Talk to us about the interior.
The interior was done by a friend of mine in Aberdeen, Washington at Holcomb's Upholstery, and I told him I wanted an interior that looked like it would have came in a deluxe model in 1963, and he absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, it looks good. And then last thing I wanted to hit upon is the wheels. They look awesome. What kind of wheels you rolling?
Those are Centerline Smoothies that I painted gray and put cap clips from Chad in Washington and put the old NOS 1970 Datsun hubcaps on.
Awesome stuff, man. It looks really good, man. Congratulations. I know you're out here, as I said, for the RA Relaxed Atmosphere 30th. You've been in it a long time, so awesome job on this amazing 63. I'll call it a pickup.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. Now we're going to continue to walk around now. One of the big things about the show's really the kind of the show scene is the folks that kind of make up the scene. And Ron is on this world tour. We call it world tour. It's a U.S. tour. And we wanted to get just Ron for like a quick second. And just we'll kind of come in here to the booth. I know he's pretty sure with the customer. But we wanted to get a word from him. He's got a cool brand, and that's a huge part of the scene. As I mentioned earlier with Chris, they recently did a really cool layout in the magazine that highlighted some of the clothing brands out there, and Hammered Weekend Wear is one of those. And one thing that so we'll get Ron to say it. Ron, talk to us about the real builds and the whole philosophy you have.
Yeah, basically here at Hammer Weekend Wear, we've been featured in real builds like Chris Moll's Dotson here. We just released that on the, it's not the size of your D, it's what you do with it, design. So make sure you come by the Hammer Weekend Wear booth at LST and say hi and check out this amazing Dotson that Chris has debuted here.
Here's one other thing I wanted to mention right here. Check out the golf cart. And pretty cool stuff. Ron, that was an awesome idea. And it is on a different publication, but it was on a recent magazine. You can see it there. Tell us a little bit about it.
I contacted Steve after I saw this feature, and we wanted to feature his real build. So we got with Graphic Disorder, and Eric knocked the artwork out of the park, and so far it's been one of our most popular shirts this weekend.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for going on the U.S. tour, and thanks for supporting the scene. And you can come support Ron out here at the HDWW or Hammered Weekend Wear booth. Now, as we kind of shift over here, I did want to mention this amazing Mazda, Jeff from Mini Garage. He hails from Class Act, an old school mini truck club, and he recently has put a lot of work into this. And he came all the way from Oregon. They trailered down. He got a chance to drive his truck some here at the show. And you can see it has the old school vibe. Some of the accent pieces there kind of give you the Van Halen style artwork that many of us are accustomed to immediately knowing. Of course, you get the old school stereo, kind of a basic interior at this point. I know he's going to continue to do more, and you get the old school kind of tiny billets, if you will. But really an awesome nod to an amazing era, a mini truck in that we talk about all the time, minis are on the rise, and we're starting to see the resurgence of it.
No doubt about it, and I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it because it's what we all grown up on. It's not only influencing the full-size truck scene, classic truck scene, but they're coming back to create new trends. You know, mini trucks are long well known to be trendsetters. Mini trucks, trendsetters. It's like a combination. Everybody's known it forever. So to see classic trucks and OBS trucks and all that has come out here with some of the old school mini truck trends, and then you got minis out here just setting all new trends. It's just going to keep this whole thing going, and it's just great. These mini truck guys, I don't know where they come up with some of their ideas, but they're killer.
Heck yeah, well, we're going to continue to walk down this kind of this center aisle over here, and there's a couple of like full-size trucks here you don't see a lot or too often, but you know the size of the wheel continues to get bigger, and the trucks continue to get lower. Yeah, looking at this thing, man, it's crazy to see these guys get a hold of some of these. This is known as a Lodestar. We've seen Thor Bros build one of the sickest out, and man, I tell you what, the amount of effort that goes into laying one of these out, with triple convoluted airbags in the back. Of course, these things are built to tow. And as we pan away from this one, you can look at the green one next to it. You even have bigger bags on this one. You talk about triple convoluted, man, you don't need triple convoluted with those bags. You got a patina style cab on it with some really cool wheels that are machined. And that's the mix that we continue to talk about that you see at LST or Lone Star Throwdown. You get a really killer C10 here, kind of an olive green, I'll call it, and really obviously an awesome resto mod. Super, super sick. Love the engine bay on it. The amount of sheet metal work that goes into it, some of the panels that are made. Okay, and before we cut to commercial, let's take a look at the red C10. Again, you look at the amount of effort that goes into some of these body panels under the hood and the fenders and whatnot. This really sticks out to me because it has a lot of nice chrome accents on it, a really badass billet wheel. And then when you look at the interior, really second to none. Love that there's a box behind with the JL subs. And then if you look at the bed, you know, we see a lot of these trucks that have the bed cover like this, and I really like it because it gives you easy access to the Viair compressors. And of course, you've got a lot of the detail work with that kind of that grayish color on the chassis and the frame. The tailgate, obviously super clean, super low truck, chrome, love the chrome bumpers on it. They hail from Texas. And you get the door panel there and you really get a chance to see.
This right here, you can see my air conditioning lines, miscellaneous wiring and stuff like that. It's just not attractive. And we want to have the coolest truck we can get on the road. So today I'm going to show you our solution for this that's not only attractive, but it's going to help keep your AC and your radiator cooler. You stay tuned, you hear? So how we ran into this situation is we had an old 87 pickup that was just not getting cool enough. The AC just wasn't kicking. So we took it to an old-timey AC guy, and what he did is he just fabricated up some quickie little block-off plates right here, and we stole his idea, came up with a little bit better design, detailed it a little bit more. It's made out of aluminum and it's powder coated black. You can of course paint it any color that you want. And what's going to happen now is instead of the air coming in here, jamming into this and shooting straight up or going back down, this right here is going to take it and it's going to force it straight through your AC condenser here and your radiator. We dropped 10 degrees on our air conditioning and our radiator ran a lot cooler too. So this install is pretty easy, but there's a couple of helpful handy hints I'm going to give you in just a second here. Now I want to get some tape on here because I want to protect my paint. And I need to take off this hood bumper stop first. I don't want to have to realign my hood after the fact. So what I want to do is that I'm going to loosen up this little nut down here a little bit and try to keep it in the same spot. I'll bring it up a little bit and I'll mark it so that it is in the same position. Then I can go ahead and take this off. And if my nut moves on me, I still have my mark on there to keep track. After that's out, I can go ahead and take these bolts off on this side. And I'm just going to get this up here and see how all my holes are lining up. Everything's looking nice. Before I actually bolt it in though, I'm going to go ahead and take this edging right here that comes with the kit. It goes on the top edge of this panel right here, and it'll just slip on just like this. I'll get that all the way across. I'll trim it to fit nice on the end, and then I can go ahead and install this. The kit comes with these little plastic washers, and the little plastic washers go right here so that we don't damage our nice new bitchin' looking plate. So make sure you use those on there. Another thing you want to do too when you're doing this kind of a job, you heard me say this 1,000 times, is all the peripheral stuff that goes with it. So my old bolts here, they were looking pretty tired. I went ahead and got the new assembly bolts at the same time. So now I'm looking good. I'm just going to get these guys started. I'll snug them up a little bit. I'll get my hood stop in. Then I'll go ahead and do the other side.
Hey, so as we kind of walk around here, kind of the sights and sounds, we're headed back over to a different side of Lone Star Throwdown. It's not easy to get from one side to the next, but you can see there's a lot of people out here, a lot of enthusiasts, and we're just kind of giving you some of these, some of these views, man. There's a lot of cool stuff out here, and typically Lonnie and Radar opened the pre-registration later in the year, and that's going to be opened up for next year. But you get about 2,000 entries, give or take, outside of the vendors. And if you ever wanted to come out here, maybe you want to fly in, it's easy access to get into the Houston area, and you can kind of come on over to the convention center here. If you are a truck person, this is like the place to be. Lifted, lowered, as we talked about, classics, minis, pretty much everything you can imagine here. As Chris mentioned, I know Beltec, they're going to continue to launch new products. Want to give a huge shout out. I've ran those products for a very long time on my builds, and I got a lot of love and respect for the Beltec brand. You can kind of see over here, you got Slosh Tubs. Everybody kind of knows who they are. A real cool brand. They always do deals. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to kind of wind away here, and we're going to continue our coverage of Lone Star Throwdown 2021.
Slam dunk, are you ready to meet me? I'm lit and I'm riding the fast lane. Don't let me down, I'm on fire. Does anyone else feel like a liar?
A lot on that front, right on the F100 side. Absolutely. And I think that even though I don't know a lot about the F100s, I know there's a huge following. I won't even call it a cult following because there's a lot of folks out there. This truck, I tell you what, man, whoever made the decision to put it on the cover, give them a tick mark in their employee binder, Chris, because
Yes,
they killed it, brother.
Yep, this is El Diablo. This is that 71 F100, that bump side.
That red on the engine, though.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's a Whipple supercharged 5.0 Coyote motor. It's unbelievable. Could you imagine what kind of power this light truck has with that massive motor?
You know you're on top. You know you're on top of the game when the paint is PPG Diablo red and Satan silver, dude. You can't be effed with.
That's
you know
awesome.
what I mean?
I wonder if you picked the name before the color or the color after the name.
The wheels are awesome. If you take a look at, you know, kind of
those calipers.
Yeah, the calipers, the wheels. I mean, I like the red line on the tires, right? You don't see that a lot, kind of in the industry that we're kind of in, but it's a nice little touch, and I love the badging on the back.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell it's machined, and of course, I'm a huge fan. I had this on my truck where you've got the little kind of the cover that comes up on some actuators.
And it's not wood, so it's unique.
Yep.
But look at them Ride Tech bags in there. Oh, that's what we have on our OBS project is those Ride Tech Shockwave bags, man. Those things are great. We ride around on them all the time, and it's like you got a factory suspension in there. It's unbelievable.
100%. Now, if we scoot over to this next section, there's a couple other things. Again, the awesome thing is you have an atmosphere here that if you want to come and spend a little bit of money or pick up some products and possibly get some deals, you can actually, dude, you'll be amazed at the vendors. Like I said, there's people over here selling die-cast cars, metal signs, stuff that you would hang in your
Those
garage.
cool license plates are so popular right there where you cut them up and make your own names. I think those are awesome.
Oh, yeah. And Chris, I mean, I think Nicole, you know, she's saying, hey, she told us not to spend too much money.
Dude, I remember this truck name is Sweet and Low. I remember when I was a kid, back when the Texas Heat Wave was huge and all these other events were massive. Not that Texas Heat Wave isn't huge, it's still a beautiful event. But there was another truck a long time ago named Sweet and Low.
Yep.
I forget what it was. I believe it was a Mazda.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't remember. But I've always loved that name, Sweet and Low.
Definitely, and here's one cool thing. You know, it's kind of a mini truck. We've seen this, what we call minis on the rise. They continue to thrive. One thing that a lot of us love are the billet grills. If you take a look at the grill, he does have the full fan on, but also a huge shout out to Vier.
Oh, look at Morgan.
We got Morgan down there. Those stickers are not easy to get. The one right there on the head of the Vier compressors. Vier supports the scene, and it's cool to see these wheel stands out here. Good dude owns this one, and it's a cool mini truck.
Very cool. Oh, we got a nice little silver step side OBS over here.
Now, what do you know about the OBS on the rise, man?
I know a couple things, I'd say. I've had a few of them, but if you guys don't know, we recently launched a brand new builder's guide called the OBS Builder's Guide, based on 88 to 98 Chevy trucks. We feature them all, from the lifted guys, the lowered guys. Issue 1 was on stands last February, did great on stands. We got a ton of pre-sales. Everybody loves it, they're supporting it, so we're in the process of doing OBS Builder's Guide production number 2.
Yeah, and I want to give a huge shout out to Mark, and I always say his last name wrong. That was on Overhauling.
Yes.
He is a big supporter of, you know, he's really a huge fan of these trucks, as you and I both know.
100%.
And I continue to be excited about what you guys put together with that awesome product. And
Mark Oja, yes, if you don't know, he owns the Beltec Tribute truck. The one that is not the original, which a lot of people kind of get confused, but regardless, it doesn't matter. It's still an identical copy of the original Beltec.
Yeah, it is, and he's a big fan of these trucks. And huge shout out to Mark again, part of Overhauling, but he was also on, or he owns the company California Speed and Custom, I think it is. He's a great guy. So let's continue on over here before we walk back outside. Now we're gonna stop.
Just real quick, the Beltec Tribute truck from Mark was in the first OBS Builder's Guide.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's cool if
love
you guys
that.
don't know that
Yeah,
truck,
and you
but
kind of
check
gave
it
us a
out there.
tease. We thought it was gonna maybe be a little bit different, but I loved how you did that, and that allowed for you guys to do those pre-sale pre-orders.
It worked out great.
Now,
With these particular builder guides, we like to push the cover out before the content, and that's kind of how we did it with that one.
oh yeah. Now I'm a big fan of, you know, I'm into, I love convertible trucks. You know, whether it's a mini truck or a full size. You see just some amazing C10s here, including this one, and then we've got one behind it. These K5 Blazers, I mean, who would have ever thought that they wouldn't be cool? Because you know what? These things have been around a long time. People have loved them a long time. And whether you're looking at this one, a little bit different, with looks like a wrap on it, but obviously a huge motor.
Yep.
All that carbon fiber is all real.
Okay.
Those are real carbon fiber fenders, real carbon fiber cowl and hood. I don't know about the doors and stuff where it's all wrapped up, but I really like how they added the gold wrap mixed in with the real carbon fiber. Super, super cool stuff.
Here's
This
one
is
cool.
Provost Motorsports.
Got it.
Great guys.
Now here's one cool thing. If you come over here to this truck, this is the variety that you have at Lone Star Throwdown. You have something like this that may not be your cup of tea, and then you come over here and then boom. This is obviously a topless truck, which is awesome. We live in Florida, fellow Floridians, and to be able to cruise with something, whether it's a car or, as we always love, trucks.
And if you guys don't know, this particular truck was originally a K5 Blazer, the
Yes.
convertible one. These are called Roadsters. We take the roofs off of them, open them all up, widen them out. It's a C10 Blazer essentially, but when they cut them down, lay them out like this, in the scene, they're called Roadsters.
Yeah, amazing. And this one's in the American Racing booth. You can see a lot of the machine work. These trucks are at all-time popularity high. The door, everything from the door handles to a lot of the interior parts you can pick up that are machined. And again, there's not one person here that probably wouldn't want to cruise this thing on the strip.
And I see the beautiful little sign right in the center for air management, for airlift.
Yep.
So you know, no matter what, he's ready to ride. He's got no problem.
Oh yeah, and they also have that app, which makes it easy. You can tap one button, and we highlighted that on Brandon Burrell's truck, I think it was, at Mini Nats, which was cool. Now,
All the US Mag guys, you guys haven't seen these wheels in person. I have a few of these sets on particular personal projects of mine. I absolutely love US Mag wheels.
yeah, they got them all shined up, and they look great. Who doesn't love a billet wheel, especially if that's polished?
But that's so cool. You come out to this event, not only you see all these badass cool trucks, you get to see all these manufacturers and meet them and talk to them and say, hey, I have this particular truck. What
Yep.
do you think?
Yeah, when you're
talk to you all day long.
Yeah, when you're plotting and planning. Now, this is one thing I wanted to highlight just before we walk. Later, we're hoping to stop by the Fat Fabs booth. They kind of started this tradition. They also have a space in here, and this is a little bit different because you have a 4-post lift. And what's kind of amazing is you get an opportunity to see, if you're a potential client or customer, you can go and you can see the chassis work that they do, and then you can make that determination. There's no kind of lipstick, if you will, and hiding things. This gives you the full real deal. But from a truck guy like you, Chris, we get a chance to look at it and admire all the nice powder coat, all of the nice custom work.
Yep, and this is what we call full plate frame chassis. Basically, the entire chassis has been rebuilt out of stainless full plate frame. Fat Fabs is definitely the mans that handle this kind of work, knock it out real fast. No matter if it's a brand new truck, maybe an old truck, they can build you a full plate frame for your truck. It'll lay out, won't be body drop. You don't have to hack up the bottom like the old school channeling or anything like that. So you still have all your cab room and everything, but it still lays the pinch molding. Or
Yeah.
the doors if you really wanted to.
Amazing stuff. And real quick, Dustin's here. I want to give a huge shout out to these guys. Dustin, just cut a little promo real quick. Just say, hey, you guys have been working hard. Where should they go to see all these awesome builds?
Fat Fabs, Choctaw, Hydrate for the LT crunch.
Yes.
PHAT, PHABZ, right? And you got the little, the saying over here. You guys have coined the term bags and body drops, and you unveiled something earlier. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But, man, keep doing what you do. You guys are also helping further the truck scene ahead, so thank you so much.
Hey, thank you very much.
Not only that, but this lift is super cool from the Lift Superstore.
Hey, don't give them any ideas. They're going to start powder coating
You need
these.
to
I mean,
buy a
come
few
on.
of these things.
Hey, leave a little bit of recognition for all the rest of us.
Yeah, no, this
Hey,
thing
keep
is
it up,
awesome.
Dustin.
So this
We'll
is
see
a
y'all.
portable lift. They set this up for the event.
Yes,
That's very
you know
cool.
how they do, man. So they're going kind of crazy. And the one thing is, when back at the Mini Truckers, we really help push. And it's a fact. We help push the bigger wheels that led into kind of the sport truck clash, if you will, into the full sizes. And who would have ever thought, with these OEM manufacturers building these trucks, kind of a bigger wheel well, a bigger overall kind of body, now you can fit 26s, 28s, 30s, and believe it or not, you would have thought we were crazy back in the day. If this truck had 20s, it would not look right.
Yeah, you're completely right.
You know what I
wouldn't
mean?
need to body drop it that much.
I know, right?
So here we go. So this is going to be the first little bit of a taste of another beautiful thing about LST. You got slammed C10s, you got static drop C10s, you have lifted F250s, you have jacked up side-by-sides, Escalades, Denali's, everything. If you like trucks, I don't care what kind of truck it is, this is the event you want to come to. You'll find something you like. Even if you don't like trucks, I guarantee you're going to come out here and be in awe over something.
Well, Lone Star Throwdown, I think because they're in the great state of Texas, they have that little motto, everything's bigger in Texas. And it might be cliche, but honestly, when you come out here, the amount of stuff that you see, Chris, you literally go, man, how do people build this amazing, these amazing rigs? And they're definitely doing it.
Oh, what are they doing over here?
So don't miss this. You got John Burgess.
Texas Metal, yeah, it looks like they're going to be doing something soon. I don't know. Oh, they're working on it right now. I wonder if they did this airbrushing. Oh, okay, they're buffing out headlights right now. That's cool.
Yeah,
Doing
some
that
good
on
stuff.
site.
Yeah, and it kind of has that SEMA atmosphere where if you want to come over and to the folks that are kind of tuning in right now, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The thing that we want to reinforce is this little inside section. This is literally like a drop in the bucket. Like, we don't have enough time today and tomorrow to even bring all of this amazing content to you.
Bomber seats.
Check
Even
this
you
out.
like bomber seats? We got you. Everything out here.
Now, it's also important that you follow us on Street Trucks via social media. Many of you are tuning in via Facebook or you're watching this via Facebook. What we would ask that you continue to support the magazine if you can. Please subscribe to the magazine. That's an important piece, right? But Street Trucks is committed, as we are today, to furthering us into the future.
So check these guys out, Venata Fabrication. They've been working with us for a while. They make all these amazing bead-rolled aluminum panels for C10s, all kinds of stuff. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Not bad. We've seen your stuff lots of times. We like all this stuff. And the evolution or the evolving of the brand is unbelievable. Every week it seems like there's something new. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man?
Yeah, and what should people know about your product, man?
So these are made out of 18-gauge steel. We cut them out on a plasma table, and we bead roll them, break them, and everything we make jigs for, and it all fits nice and smooth. Man.
Awesome. Very cool. That's my fault. I said aluminum.
Yeah.
So steel panels, no problem.
Yeah. And, would you say this is a lot of the do-it-yourselfers, but you probably also have some shops that have some clients, and what they're trying to do is maybe make their job a little easier?
We sell to a ton of shops now because they're like, we'd have more money in design time than what we're buying the products from you for. Like if somebody was like bringing a truck like that and say, hey, build me an engine bay kit, you're looking at $1,500, $2,000. That whole kit costs $850 because we've done all the design work, we burn it out on a plasma table, we build them very fast so we can keep the cost down.
Yeah, awesome, and that's what makes the economy grow. You have great companies like you guys that are out here providing parts to enthusiasts, whether they're at home in their garage or taking it to a shop.
Not only that, but they offer all these custom-built panels that they make themselves, but you're also reselling or distributor for quite a bit of parts and products for this industry. Wheels, tail lights. I see even the gas door tail light deal that you've got now, which is killer. Even the flip headlights for the grill for the C10s, all that stuff.
The gas filler is new creation.
Is it?
That's Jason mode right over here.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been buying these little gauges and
nice.
I got Boyd stacked up here in the shop.
I'm down the street from them. I live in the same town as Boyd. Great guys.
If it's hard to get, we're trying to keep it all in stock. So we're buying in bulk now.
I did notice that
Excellent.
you said that the other day that you have crazy stock on something.
Thanks, man.
2578.
That's great.
I pulled mine out of mine. I'm building me another C10 now.
Nice.
It goes out just a cabin.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of head out and maybe walk. Man, there's so much stuff in here. We could even go out the back here, and we can basically kind of, you'll see through here through the feed, we're going to go out the back door. And what's happened over the course of time, talking very closely with Lonnie and Radar and the team, the cast and characters here at Lone Star Throwdown, they've continued to expand, and there's a lot more parking that they've had to offer. Believe it or not, they cut this off at about 2,000 entries, and you'd think, wow, grow more. Well, to be able to obtain more space is not easy. So, you basically have people that line all the way across here, this back area typically. And what you'll see is, check out this Ford. This Ford Lightning is real clean. I don't think it's actually a Lightning, but it's, Ford F-150. Really, really nice. These are, I think you're going to continue to see these trucks really spur up and people want to build them. I think I can imagine seeing an F-150 builder's guide, but I mean, this thing's really clean, and we're going to continue to see stuff like this, I think, continue to grow. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to walk this way. this is, again, kind of some of the expanded parking that they've had to offer over the course of time. You got clubs that want to park together. You're going to see a lot of OBS trucks. You're going to see a lot of mini trucks and a lot of full sizes. That pretty much makes up this show. Everything from billet wheels to LS swaps to original classics. They're definitely out here. And
mini trucking coming hard.
Yeah, mini trucks are coming back. And I'll tell you what, Chris, you know, some of the things I've heard, some of the rumblings of what you guys have in store for 21, I'm excited. Yes, as kind of a partner in Street Trucks. And you know, any hints? I mean, maybe we'll get a couple more minis this year?
Yes, I have a feeling we're going to have quite a few minis very, very soon. Just keep an eye out for it. And maybe even one very special mini coming to you.
Yeah, from LSC. So we'll have to see, man. You know, they're only rumors right now.
Mini trucks are killer, man. Everybody sort of got their original influences from the mini truck industry, and then you bring these mini truck influences over into the C10 Bulger.
Yes.
The truck culture. You see a lot of mini truck trends on lifted trucks, and I think they'll love it.
Absolutely. Here you got a lot of the committed guys, good group of folks, and they've got a lot of cool stuff. I want to, as we let this lift.
Yeah, we got
looks like.
See, that's the cool thing is that another thing at this event, people can cruise around. I mean, I'm sure it's probably sort of frowned upon.
Nah,
but,
they're cool with it.
It's awesome. People cruise around. You can sit still, or you can walk around. Wow, that movie has scrap.
Yeah, and these committed guys, you know, they have a couple dudes that paint a lot of nice stuff. I want to take a look at this Sequoia. He brought this out. I think Rocky built it, if I remember correctly. Talked to him last year. What's really cool is these amazing SUVs. You know, you may not be a fan of them, you see them on the ground, if you will, right? So let's take a look really quick. What's up, Rocky? It's Jason. How you doing? We just need a quick minute. Okay. So we got Rocky. We saw this last year. Now we're out here with Street Trucks. And what I wanted to do really quick is this thing is crazy. Now, you've built some pretty crazy stuff over the years. I've always followed your builds. Can you just tell us really quick a little bit? I'm going to give you the mic. Just tell us a little bit, kind of high level, what this thing is.
It's a 2008 Sequoia. Did bumper to bumper. Everything custom, but I kept all the Toyota running gear. No lights on the dash. Everything works like it does. Heated seats for AC. Everything's just like it's supposed to be. 26x9 up front.
Yeah, you want to switch it real quick? Yeah.
That lift though,
yeah, I just didn't want to stretch tire. You know, the problem with going 12 is it stretches the tire and stuff, so I still wanted a nice little heat to it for sure. It's a big truck, so I want a good ride, something I drive every day. So.
Yeah, you're repping committed. So you guys got a good group of folks always out here. And, you know, tell us a little bit about what your plans are for the future for this.
For this, I mean, I've got stereo and stuff sitting in a closet. I hadn't got to that point yet. I've got so much other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like the stock look, so I don't want to get too far away from that as far as crazy paint and everything like that. But, you know, it's always for sale, ready for the next one for sure. You know,
Thanks, Rocky. Yeah, I appreciate you taking time. Again, if you're out here, please, if you're following us here via this live stream, please also subscribe to Street Truck Magazine. Rocky, dude, we love what you do.
Beautiful truck.
Built a lot of stuff over the course of time, and this SUV is no exception, brother. Stay on the rise, my man. Yeah, so it's cool. That's why, like Chris was saying earlier, there's a ton of different stuff out here. And, you know, the way I see it is this is arguably one of the biggest, baddest truck shows in the world, right? You could argue in the country. And I think it goes back to that whole cliche, everything's bigger in Texas, Chris.
Everything is bigger in Texas. Or everything is hammered in Texas.
Yeah. I love it. Now, speaking of that, you guys recently did a cool little deal in the magazine where you showed kind of some of the lifestyle and some of the clothing brands.
Yes.
And I think, you know, you even mentioned hammered weekend wear. So when you say hammered, I think weekend wear to the home.
No, man, we love those guys at Hammered Weekend Wear. They make some really, really cool shirts. And they've been supporting the scene forever.
We're going to walk over here to this, as they have, we're going to walk over here to this amazing Blazer. This thing has been reincarnated a couple of times, and I tell you what, again, from a mini truck perspective, whether you're a full-size guy or not, when you look at something like this, Chris, you can't help but look at the craftsmanship. Everything from the interior to the paint to, oh, by the way, those billet wheels.
Those billet wheels. And those are Hot Rod by Boyd's billet wheels, but this truck was in our SUV edition this year.
Yes, it was. Man, you got a good memory.
I believe Phil Gordon shot this. But if it was another photographer, I apologize.
And you know, and we were just showing you the interior. When you look at it, I mean, dude, these trucks with the kind of the low back seats, it kind of gives you the feel of the old 50s and 60s vehicles. That center console's amazing. You got the old dash. And this is the type of thing, again, you may not be a mini trucker, so to speak, but when you look at the amount of work that goes into this, the rear suspension, all of the hard lines and things like that. I want to give a huge shout out to Acrophobia. This club started in Florida. As you know, Dave Schulman has continued to kind of push this club ahead. And they've got, as they're calling, I think, Acro Island, dude. I think they're going to start their own TV show.
What exactly does acrophobia mean?
Acrophobia is the fear of heights.
Which is the perfect name for a truck club.
It is. And we've had Dave on Our Lifestyle podcast, which is a mini trucking inspired podcast, and he's really kind of reinforced his commitment to furthering the scene with his club. So it's pretty cool.
If you haven't seen the dash, I'm not sure if we featured this dash or not, but I'm telling you, that is not a Blazer dash.
Oh, I know, right?
I can't imagine how much work that was to put that in.
And look at the door panels, the amount of work that goes in them.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of trucks, you know, they're not fully finished, right? But you look at a truck like this, and it makes me appreciate even more the amount of time and effort that's put in.
You know what I like about this green truck right here?
What's that?
Green and blue flame truck. That window tint, man, that takes you back to the 90s, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody had green window tint or faded window tint. I love it.
Yeah, we often hear things kind of come full circle. We've heard that term the last few days, and really that 90s vibe is really coming back, of course, with the mini truckers that are even bringing the 80s into it. But you know what, Chris? It's just great to be a part of the truck scene these days. There's a lot of good people out here.
Yep, and if you don't consider this a sport truck with a mini truck inspired kind of a look to it, that's, I feel that's where these OBSs are, and I absolutely love it. And you know, we talked to Jesse James last year at SEMA, well, I guess the year before at SEMA. We were talking to him a little bit. Of course, you know street trucks because it's been around for so long, and instantly he said, street trucks, hey, you guys are those mini truck guys.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. But we've been getting we've been getting real heavy into the C10 community and all that. And Jesse's point was C10s are the new mini trucks.
Yeah, man.
And I've been thinking about it, and with the influence and everything, and the amount of them that are out there, he's got a point.
Real deal. We're going to cut across here again, Acro Island over here. Hopefully the tribe is not spoken. Hopefully they're not kicking us off the island, Chris.
I don't think they're going to kick us out of it. Oh, look at that pink Cadillac.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about Dave's stuff. That's one of Dave's fleet, as we kind of call it. Now, there is another brand new. I think some shops get a lot of the credit for, coming out the brand new trucks. We're going to look at one in a minute. Here we're looking at an F100. Dude, the patina style that Ronnie has talked a lot about in his podcasts, this really kind of comes to light. And, Chris, that's one aspect that I've always told people, that if you're building something like this, you don't always have to have 10 and 20 and, more $1,000 in body work. You can actually lay something out and have fun with it.
I completely agree.
And this one was featured in a magazine, I remember.
Yep, absolutely. It's either Street Trucks or F100 Builder's Guide. I'm not 100% sure, but what I think is cool about this truck is all that patina is real. Look at the front of the hood. You can put your fingers through the front of the hood. Some people don't like it. I think that is super cool. That is all original. That's all natural, and it's still there, but the truck's been modernized. And I just think that's so cool. But yeah, there's the feature right on the dashboard. Another acrophobia member, and you can tell that truck is scared of heights.
So, before we leave Acro Island, I want to give a huge shout out to this guy, man. He's got an amazing truck. Adam, come on over here, brother. Hey, Acro Island. Can we step on the island? Look, real quick, I'm going to give you the mic. Give us a quick walk around, a rundown of this truck, man, and how far you drove it.
I got a 2012 Chevy Colorado, body dropped on 20s, custom interior, double diamond stitch, sheet metal bed floor. Drove it from Florida, took about 14 hours to get here, all the way. I drive it to all the shows. I don't trailer it. I bought it to drive it.
My man. What's your favorite aspect of this amazing Colorado?
Probably how big it is, and I can fit the whole family in it and drive them to a show.
My brother, hey, give us a Minis on the Rise.
Minis on the rise.
We've been trying to tell everyone, and they are in full effect. Acrophobia, dude, man, we love what you guys are doing, coming out here, supporting. You got Acro Island. Big ups to all of you guys. It's a beautiful truck, man. We hope to see you at more, continue to go to more shows.
I'll definitely will be here again, for sure. This is the best show probably I've ever been to.
And for the last thing I'll ask, we didn't really get a chance to ask the other owners this yet. Give out your Instagram name so people can stalk this truck.
Acro_Adam.
My man, thank you so much. We're going to continue on here our coverage of Street Trucks live stream of LST 2021. It's the 10th anniversary. We would remind you that you can also tap on the hashtag LST 2021 on Facebook or Instagram, and that will allow for you to see kind of a curation of all of the posts that not only we're doing from our lifestyle, Street Trucks, oh, by the way, all the enthusiasts that are out here. You got different things out here as we walk around. You got, again, kind of a Patina C10, looks static dropped. And, you know, this is the cool thing. If you get in on the pre-registration that typically ends the last day of the year, that will allow for you to bring your rig out here. Love this F-150. And we see Jake here. Let's get a quick shot here. We see Jake here. This is rendered by Thor. Really quick, I want to say what's up. I know you come out to LST every year. Tell everyone why.
Slam dunk, are you ready to make me? I'm lit and I'm riding the fast lane. Don't let me down, I'm on fire. Does anyone else feel like a liar? It's all in your head and your mind. You just have to use it. Get up when the doorway ends. Watch out, I'm riding the fast lane. Into the light, into the fire. Does anyone else feel like a liar?
LST, this is midday now. We've gotten all of our kinks worked out. We know we're a pain. We apologize, but hey,
man. Appreciate it.
How are you, sir?
All right, I'm ready. We're down to one mic. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Is everything all right though?
Yeah, it came out good. They had to use my computer. The
Can you here and talk about your booth? A couple things right around here and how no one
Okay, cool.
yeah, that's fine.
I got a little spot, and then we're ready.
Yep.
I just don't want to get going, and I'm gonna do these.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're about to do some more interviews real soon.
Nicole said there was only one issue with the audio, and it was when we were walking. Kind of got like staticky, not choppy, but just like.
You think it was that red mic? I think it was like a bad, either like low battery.
So
Because it was kind of cutting in and out.
she thought it might have been I had stepped away too far. I don't think I stepped away too far. So we're gonna try for me to stay closer this time.
Okay.
In hopes that may solve it.
We're gonna do it right in front of your booth real quick. Talk about your booth.
Yeah, and I can throw them up, man.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just look at that.
Drag it. Pay attention. You on this one?
Yep.
All right, guys.
Hey, you press, man. Kick it off.
It's a hot one. Thought it was gonna be cold, but it's a hot one. So yeah, man, we're here at your booth.
Hey, so
Our
we're
lifestyle podcast. Look at all this new cool stuff there.
So hey, this is the cool thing about LST, man. There's a lot of people here working out some of the little kinks that we're having. We appreciate you guys growing with us. But Chris said, hey, why don't we come by the OLP booth? And I said, let's do it because we've got a couple mini trucks here that we want to talk about. One was recently featured in Street Trucks. Hey, Chris, remind them where they got to go to subscribe to Street Trucks Mag.
StreetTrucksMag.com, EngageMediaMags.com. Either one you can get there. Engage.media, that'll take you there. But the one thing to check out is on Facebook. Every week we put up a new promotion for subscriptions. Last week I believe it was $18 for a full year. That's a little more than $1 per issue shipped to your door. You can't beat that. So check for those deals that are on Facebook. But yeah, EngageMedia.com.
Yeah, and when you get those little cards that say your subscription is about to renew, send them back, renew it, re-up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. We've been kind of busy here. We've done a lot of merchandise. We really love the mini truck scene. That's what really has gotten us to where we're at. But we got love for the full sizes, of course. And one of the trucks I want to show you is Ben Smith's. We're going to walk over here. It's his Mitsubishi. Now, we saw a little bit of this at Mini Nats, but because we're out here, he came all the way from the East Coast to be here. And one thing I think is key is we got Ben right here. Ben, real quick, I want you to share. I'm going to give you the mic. I want you to share how this truck got here because I think it's a cool story on how I'm going to get a call or old lady, right? Yeah, come over here to the Toyota. Hey, and we're gonna look. We wanted to have someone from Texas in our booth. Texas is a great state. There's a lot of rich history of mini trucking from Texas. And Jason, his truck is in our booth. Recently, we lost Mitch Henderson, and Mitch Henderson, many of you know in the truck world.
Yeah, the one they put behind is the most slope and the most cam I can go with.
Has been a back truck in the past.
And then I'm a good dude out with saltwater in it.
And we're real honored to have a Texas truck in our booth. When you look at the graphics, it really epitomizes the 90s into the 2000s with the style. And of course the graphics, as you saw a minute ago, inside the bed, also down the sides. It's a full custom graphic job. You got the billet wheels, really a nod to the 90s with those famous HRBB wheels. We've seen a good bit of those out here at our Throwdown 2021. Now, he doesn't have the windows down, but if you go on the passenger side, you're going to see there's a photo of Mitch Henderson. And when before Mitch passed away, he was trying to help him kind of do that color matching they call it. And again, Mitch had a cover truck change. We're actually doing a raffle now. It's going to happen later today. Rest in peace to the legend. And although we lost him this month, we know he's here in spirit. He's a good dude, and he loved trucks more than anything. Now, we want to thank everyone for coming by. We've done a lot of stuff. Our biggest thing that we want to do is really kind of further the scene, keep it alive, keep those stories going. We do that through our lifestyle podcast, but
Alright, so we're on record. Alright guys, here we are, LST. This is midday now. We've gotten all of our kinks worked out. You know, it was a pain. We apologize, but hey, we figured it out. So moving forward,